New Balance is still making its way up the basketball shoe ladder. Going up against Nike, Jordan, and Adidas is difficult for any company, especially one with as long a history as New Balance. However, we have a basketball performance model in our possession that feels like one of the greatest of the year, the New Balance Two Wxy V3. The previous two versions were excellent, and these improve on-court performance features even further.
Traction. The Two Wxy V3 clearly outperforms any shoe on the market in two aspects. The first is traction. The traction was an abstract pattern centered on circles in the high contact area, and it adhered to everything I played on. When walking, the circles emit a suction cup pop sound, which is exactly how they feel on court. The rest of the pattern is made up of lines that go largely laterally around the circle, which would normally be an issue while sliding on defense, but with the circles in the middle, they just feel fluid and effortless. The grooves are broad enough that dust was not a concern, and I don't think I wiped even once in the 3 weeks I've been playing in them. Outdoors, to be honest, I'm not sure. The rubber isn't very durable, and the grooves aren't particularly deep, but they feel like they'd endure as long as they weren't used every day for 3 hours on uneven concrete. But I did mention I don't know, so don't blame me if I'm completely wrong. The Two Wxy V3 is inspired by the Two Wxy V2 and features a wide-based rubber outsole. While the rubber is thin, like with the V2, the entire outsole covers you with every movement. The shoe's round cord-out parts along the heel and forefoot practically serve as suction cups to the floor. It does not, however, prevent movement once you have completed the foot lift transition. These would also work great outside, but don't expect them to live long on the blacktop. Materials. Weird. That's the best way to describe it, and the tongue branding kind of fits in. The material resembles a brain, especially in the colorways with the extra hits in the upper. It's made of a soft cloth with padding around the midfoot lacing and medial arch area. It's extremely flexible and comfy, allowing the shoe to wrap around your foot without getting in the way. Except for the huge toe area with the fuse layer, it doesn't feel particularly sturdy, so be wary of toe drags while going outside. The sensation on foot is incredible. The heel and tongue sections are medium cushion, neither too thick or too thin, but enough to hug the foot and keep lace pressure at bay. The shoe's materials include a textile wraparound upper, a midfoot TPU shank plate for torsional strength, a fuel cell midsole with ABZORB cushioning, and a solid or transparent outsole, depending on your pair. Not bad. New Balance ... not at all. Cushion. Even though this was probably my least favorite element of the sneaker, I still enjoyed it. A fuel cell midsole with ABZORB inserts in the heel and forefoot is used by New Balance. This isn't the runner's fuel cell, damn it. That stuff is awesome, but it still absorbs impact and bounces back underfoot swiftly. The ABZORB is quick and solid, and while there isn't a lot of soft compression, the firmer setup is quick and nimble. If you want a soft, pillowy feel from NB, look no further than the Two Wxy V2. The V3 is significantly more reminiscent to the V1 or the Kawhi 2. Again, these are excellent for players that require a rapid first step and quick changes of direction. And I enjoyed the stability coming off screens, planting for jumpers, or elevating in the paint on drives, whatever move I wanted to make. The shoe was right there with me, but if you want that extra bounce or pillowy feel on landing, look elsewhere, such as the Nike LeBron 20 or Nike KD 15. Fuel cell foam and ABZORB pillars in the heel and forefoot deliver excellent responsiveness in all directions. This shoe is basically designed for individuals looking for the greatest court feel. Because of my size, I prefer the cushion setting of the V2 over the V3, but it's nothing a Move Game Day Pro insole can't remedy. But that's beside the point. This shoe has all the nooks and crannies covered. Fit. The New Balance Two Wxy V3's second best feature. Fit has always been a strong suit for New Balance. They do, after all, sell wide basketball shoes, so fit is important to them. I already mentioned the upper and how the material feels against your foot. Taking it a step further, the N logo is incorporated into the lacing, making a strap system around the foot and drawing you into the shoe. It's one of the nicest logo applications I've ever seen. Useful, clean, yet still branded. I have a semi-wide foot and these in a size 10.5 fit perfectly. The lacing mechanism stretches all the way to the toe box and secures you. Enough stated, he fit is flawless. Stan, the kind people at NB gifted me a pair in my true to size, and I highly recommend doing the same. If you wear an ankle brace, I recommend bringing it with you to try on the shoe. Or if you can't go to the store, I recommend going half size up. Anything else than true to size is a disservice to both the shoe and your foot. Support. A broad foundation. Excellent lacing. In the heel, tighten the grip. The foot is seated in the midsole. A strong heel counter. Shank in the middle of the foot. All of the above are characteristics of a shoe that provides excellent support and stability, and the New Balance Two Wxy V3 provides all of them. Yes, it's cut low, but we all know that ankle height isn't everything. Elevating for jumpers while moving is simple because to the wide base and firm padding. The stiffer heel cushioning isn't as comfortable on impacts, but it doesn't compress and distort under pressure, so you won't twist your ankles over if you land on your heels. In terms of support, the new Balance Two Wxy V3 has been excellent. I never had any issues with stability, and I played my typical game without hesitation. The traction bite definitely helped me keep my movements and balance while feeling completely held down in the shoe. The lacing system is the only little issue I have with the shoe. Because of its unique lacing construction, I find that the area of the midfoot where the New Balance end wraps up along the top of my foot actually starts to dig into the top of my foot if I lace too tight. That was certainly unsettling. Another issue for me is a lack of adequate padding based on how I play and what I require. This is entirely in comparison to how much I enjoy the feel of the V2. This isn't a complete knock, I just wish the V3 had the same fluffy feel.